What do you make seeing that? And that this wasn't a one-off incident. There were a few other firms that the Mail went to, the reporter went to undercover, and similar tactics were being employed.
Yeah, no, it's a shocking case. Lawyers essentially are perverting the course of justice by concocting false claims for bogus asylum seekers and pocketing huge sums of cash in the process. Such lawyers are a disgrace to their profession, and they undermine the integrity of the asylum system. And as you say, the writing has been on the wall for a while. In 2020, Malik and Malik, a solicitor's firm, was found to have, issued dozens of bogus asylum claims, and yet they're still allowed to practice. I mean, according to the Daily Mail, there are about 40 solicitors' firms that are being monitored by the authorities for these abuses and, allegations of carbon copy applications. So it's a very, very serious issue. And what really sticks to the core is that these solicitors are taken very seriously by the authorities. One of the rogue lawyers actually made an address to the UN Human Rights Council in Switzerland, and he talked about how these asylum cases brought tears to his eyes and how he couldn't live with himself if he didn't stand up for his clients. But as we know, this man was very unscrupulous and deceptive.
See, so liars, frankly. I mean, that's what you're seeing. They're helping a lot of these people who are so-called fleeing persecution to evade the actual system and get into this country by illegal means, because obviously what they're doing isn't really within the law, in my view. That's what I see. So what do we do? Because we've got so many people who will say, so many like Care for Calais and all these different charities saying these poor people, this and that. And it turns out that there's a big industry like that. 40 of the firms are apparently being investigated. The Daily Mail has sent an undercover reporter, and what I knew to be the case has been uncovered right there.
Yeah, I mean, clearly tougher laws and regulations need to be put in place. An immigrant who makes a bogus asylum claim can actually be put in prison for doing so. But these rogue lawyers, they can face being struck off, but they can't actually be put on trial for doing this. So I think we need, stricter laws in place to prevent this from happening in future. We could look at tougher accreditation standards as well. But, clearly the laws are too lax at the moment. And if we don't do anything, this is just going to happen again and again.
Well, it's going to carry on, basically. It's a massive industry. It's not in their interest to stop it from happening. And the fact is they know the law. So it becomes very difficult for people like Suella Braverman, who is also a lawyer, to get past this. So what about, do you think any of these charities who've been sort of going along with this, not with the lawyers, because they don't know what's, I mean, they do or they don't, we don't know. But do you think any of these charities and all the hashtag Be Kind crew will actually start to speak up and look at this and start talking about this instead of immediately jumping and calling people names for daring to suggest that some of these people might not be genuine?
I think that's unlikely. If you like, the sort of pro-migration charities have a fundamental interest in this, and I don't think they're going to give a sort of balanced view to the sort of legal largesse that has grown around the asylum issue. I think ultimately the government needs to take action here and not rely on third sector organisations to stand up and call this out.